Hi guys, General Splatton here. Today we're going to be reviewing paint for miniatures. And specifically we're going to be looking at the Reaper Master Series paint. I have a selection here in front of you. And also Game Color paints by Vallejo. To give you the overview that you need, what I'm going to try to do is, yes, I'm going to give you my opinion, but also I'm going to look at the properties of these paints, tell you what they do well, what they don't do well, so that you can make an informed decision. Because my opinion ain't going to help you, or it's going to amount to a hill of beans in you and your hobby. You need information that you can make an informed choice to say, that might be a product I need to look into, or that might be a product that's probably not going to suit my style, or I need to do some more research on it and get some opinions from other people, other websites, to see if that's something that can really fit with me in my hobby or my style of painting. So to get right into it, we're going to be looking at these paints. To give you the long and short of it, I don't like the Vallejo Game Color paints. I do like, or I love, the Reaper paints, but they fit my style. That's what you need to know right off the bat. So let's look at them real quickly. First of all, the Game Color paints, if I can show one to you, are a very, very dry paint. In other words, there's not much flow aid or flow enhancer in here. This is a paint that likes to stay put. In other words, you lay it down, you leave it there. That's what it likes to do. It's happy that way. It's a happy little paint when it just sits around. But if you can see here, one of the drawbacks I found of these paints, since it is a dry paint, if you can see that sloshing around here, that's the paint medium right there. These colors separate horribly. They're constantly, you got to shake them and shake them, shake them. Even if they've been shaken up, they don't stay shaken, or at least some of these colors don't in the kit. And I'm trying to show you something like this bright bronze right here. See that? That's the liquid medium suspended away from the yeah, there you can see it right there. That is suspended away from the pigments inside. So these paints are not going to stay together as they're sitting in your case or on your shelf, as you can see with this desert yellow here. It's olive down toward the bottom. It's more of a mint green or a goblin green toward the top, and then more medium up at the very, very top. So you see the separation going on, and you can see the medium right there underneath my thumb, hopefully. So these colors are not going to stay together. I guess there's something going on inside where they can't play together nicely. The pigment is going to separate away from the medium and stay in suspension in separate parts. Like I said, these are very dry paint. They do mix well as far as mixing colors. You know, you're adding white to a red or a blue to a red. They work fine for that. But if you're doing a wash, these paints do not make the best washes in the world because they separate so much. You got to constantly stir that mixture to keep it in suspension so that you get the correct color when you lay it down. I should have put out a plate here and made up a very thin wash or a very diluted pigment so that you could see it basically separate right before your eyes in a few moments. So I find that to be a very huge drawback. But if you're a person that just mixes up the paint, doesn't use a lot of water, definitely doesn't use any flow aid, and you lay it down in like a 3-color, 4-color style, these paints will work great for you. If you have that style of painting where you don't manipulate paint, you do more shading through layers. If you're a person that uses layering a lot, then these are the paints for you, because like I said, they don't like to move around. You know, they want to be stationary. They lay there, they stay there, in other words. So that's not my style of painting. I like to mix paints, blend paints, move paint around. So these paints are going to hinder that style, and so therefore I don't like them very much. Is it a quality paint? Yes. Is it a good paint? Yes. Do you get a good amount of paint for the money? Yes, you do. These are 17 milliliter bottles, so you get a good amount of paint for your money. You're looking in the $3 range. And you can get them in the whole kits as you see here. I bought the whole range of game colors, 72 colors. Now I must say I do like their varnishes. This is a gloss varnish. There's a this is matte varnish, and then there's a matte varnish, and then this is the satin varnish. I do like their varnishes. Very, very good. And I've already done a review of the metallic medium, which I love. A wonderful, wonderful product. And refer to an earlier vid, a review of that, if you're interested. Like this, what is this color right here? Warlord Purple. See that right there? See all that medium sloshing around? It's separated out. I don't like that. The paint need to stay mixed better, in my opinion. They just they don't do that. They sit in the case and they separate out. Now, on to as far as any other kind of, like I said, they don't have much flow aid or flow improver in them. It's not a paint that's going to be suited to somebody that's going to make a lot of washes, a lot of glazes, and does a lot of blending. They mix well, yes. A lot of people love them now, but I'm trying to give you information about what's going to fit you and your style. So that's basically it. For the reasons I've outlined, I'm trying to think of some others that that don't do it for me, but they're just not a paint that's going to suit me. Now, as far as the Reaper paints, like I said, they do fit my style. First off, let's look at these are the three colors I used on the Wizard. They were numbered in sequence. This is number 9025. This would be the shade color. This would be the main or the intermediate color. This is 90226. This is violet red. The first one was burgundy wine, and the highlight color was 9027 pale violet. So also the oranges I used on the diorama of the pumpkins, and then some other colors that I just selected out that you see here before you. In short, I love these paints. They suit me. That's why I love them. If they didn't suit me, I wouldn't like these either, obviously. So it's all about finding that happy medium, or at least painting medium, as it were, so that you can make your hobby more enjoyable. Now, it's running a little long here. I'm about to wrap this up with part one of this vid, but I love the Reaper paints because they suit my style. These paints are a wet paint. They are designed to move around, to flow around. They make excellent washes. They make work excellently for blending, as I'm going to talk about a little bit more. So I'm going to wind this up for right now for part one. This is going to continue on in a few moments in part two. So this is General Splatton, and I'm about to talk again.